mean, hats off to ACU. Did a good job, and obviously they played well early, and we had some opportunities, didn't capitalize, but hats off to them, and just want to thank these guys sitting next to me for all they've done for our program. And we got here 3 years ago with nothing, and 3 years later we're in the NCAA playoffs, and had an opportunity to go out and compete, for a national championship. So appreciate these guys. That's why I want to bring them here. They're difference makers for us. So.
Coach, just defensively, what ACU was doing in the first half, what made it so difficult to get your offense going?
Our offense against their defense.
Yes.
Some unforced errors. We had some things happen out there that unfortunately we didn't execute. They were doing pretty much what we thought. They put a little bit more man-to-man coverage than they normally do, but we thought they would play the defense they did, and but they had a good plan and they executed, and we couldn't get a couple first downs. Those first couple drives, couldn't finish them, and then we had that opportunity on 3rd and 4th and 1 and didn't capitalize, and I think that was a huge part of the game for those guys.
Can you kind of walk through the process of going for it on that 4th down when you're down 17 instead of taking the points and just trying to live for the next possession?
I just think we needed to put points on the board at that point, and score a touchdown, because we need to keep our defense off the field, give them a little hope, a little life that we get within 10 points, and we feel like we're in the driver's seat at that point, at least coming back. So that was the decision.
Coach, if you could just talk about the seniors, especially the guys up here as freshmen, the turnaround that they've had, because you mentioned a little bit of it, going from one win the freshman year to taking his team into the postseason. Yeah,
both great players, but more importantly, just culture changers, and they really did it with the way they approached every day and the way they went to work, and again, they're amazing culture builders, and they're going to be great in whatever they do in life. Hopefully both of them get to play at the next level, and be fun to watch them go, because I know they got the heart, the desire, and the talent to do it.
And for both of the players, Christian and your thoughts, going from one win team as freshmen to now laying a foundation for the future of this program.
I'm really proud of the way we fought up and down through the years. I'm just really proud. The guys could have quit, but they didn't. This whole season has been up and downs, but I'm just happy that, we finished, and we finished strong. It wasn't the result we wanted, but I think we did good this year.
Yeah, shout out to Coach Ross. He came in and said he wanted to win games, and that's what he did. He told us the way how to win, and he showed us how to win, and we went and did that. So hats off to Coach Ross. Hats off to ACU.
Any other questions?
Coach, can you just give an update on the guy that they had to air cast?
Dislocated elbow. They relocated it. Obviously, he's still in some pain, but we'll get MRIs on him. But Isaiah's he's a tough cookie. He'll be back for sure. He had a great game going up to that point. So.
And also, just I felt like quarterback was getting hit and getting sacked a lot. Why do you think that was?
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know about that. Some of that was on him, holding the ball a little bit too long in situations. There were some times where they were playing real soft coverage, and it's like 3rd and longs and stuff, where they were playing like 8-man drops, and it forces you to hold the ball a little bit longer than you normally would like to. You'd like to get that ball out, but we have ways to get rid of the ball fast, and the quarterback's got to execute those. But I thought overall, we held up okay in the past game. I thought we protected well. The too early, the one with the sack fumble, that was very odd defensive structure. They blitzed the corner and the end stayed outside, which never happens. Usually the end goes inside. Corner comes off the edge. So I don't know if it was if it was supposed to happen that way, but usually that crossed up the protection a little bit. So kudos to them if it was called that way. But No, I thought they definitely had some pressure, but I thought we handled it okay for the most part. We needed to execute in the red zone. We knew that. We got stopped on the 1 yard line, which, that generally does not happen. So, again, hats off to those guys. They did the work, but I thought for the most part, we did a decent job protecting the passer. There was some sacks. I think later on, when you get into those throw games, sometimes it just becomes a little bit like that.
More questions?
All right, thank you.
Receivers Javon Gibson and defensive lineman Chris Wright, Coach Patterson. We good, Luke? We good? See what I was saying?
Yeah, well, very proud of these young men. Obviously, the ones who have been here for 4 years. I think coming up this Wednesday is 4 years, the day I've gotten hired. I told them in that meeting if they choose to stay, they'll become champions, and they've become far more than champions, playing for it 3 times, winning it twice, runner-up once. 18-4 home record, 21-6 conference record. I can't say enough good things about our players. It's a player's game, I'm just very blessed to be able to be around some really good young men, and they've done everything that we have asked and then some. And the difference this year, there was just almost like an expectation, not an arrogance. This round last year, we were just so excited to be here we were in there dancing and celebrating right now. But today, it's just been different. Our preparation has been different throughout the week. There's just a belief that I think that's in the month of November. I think we only had one team rush for 100 yards on us. We held 4 opponents to less than 100 yards rushing. And I think we did today, if I'm not mistaken, they might have been right at 95 95 or 96 yards. I haven't looked at the stats, but man, and I've said it. We still haven't played our best football for a complete game. We play really, really well at times, but I just jumping out to the early lead. Some of the catches that Javon has made here over the last 3 weeks, he just keeps getting better and better. He's playing his best ball at the right time. And with every week, we just gain a little bit more belief, and our expectations are really high. We literally made a PowerPoint with Nashville Stadium on it on January the 2nd, back when we had like 12 young men getting to the portal, and man, we just said, hey, here's what we're going to aim for, and that's our expectation. And I told them the story last night that, hey, if you aim at nothing, you'll surely hit it. So I said, hey, we've become a conference champion if we can go undefeated at home, and that will be our first 2 goals that we set for ourselves every season. And then the last goal is to try to win a national championship. And I believe that this is a place that can be done. And I just challenge these guys, hey, why not you?
Javon, I just want to start with you. You got 2 touchdowns. Absolutely a beast when it came to the deep threat down the field. Just talk about what makes you so good in those kind of situations.
I first want to give all glory to God with that. And I just feel like it's just my work ethic, and just coming with a mindset like every day, like I have to make this play, I can make this play, and I will make this play. And just having that mindset throughout the week and having it carry over to Saturdays, now you've seen it just now. So just really the work that I put into like the week going into the game. So now you guys are seeing it. So.
We talked a few weeks ago, you've had 100 yards every game since then. What's been you down?
I really want to give all the credit to the guys for real. We've all clicked like 11 guys running at the ball, and just all of us doing our jobs and executing, and me just doing my part for real. So, just got to keep doing it.
Kind of a question for all 3 of you. Can you kind of talk about the game plan that Coach Harrell had for the offense today, the game plan that Coach Holt had for the defense? Because, for the defense to have the blindside sack that results in a fumble recovery, and then get the goal line stand, and then you get the touchdown that wasn't followed by the touchdown that was. Just kind of all 3 of your take on the game plan for today.
Go for it.
Anybody? Well, the sack caused fumble was a check. It was an automatic versus a certain look, and that's really what we call a defense. And if we get this certain look, then it's what we call a socks check, and hits him right in the back, caused fumble. It's a big play in the game. I think Graham has done a really good job all year long when he puts our players in position to make plays. And it's really about, when we're playing really well, it's about just taking what the defense gives you. I mean, you can't take away everything. And then if you're going to play man on a guy like this, I mean, I was telling Graham, I said, it looks like he's getting quicker. That's a big guy to try to cover, so he's a matchup problem. So we're just trying to get the matchups that we like with Javon, and then, guys like Chris, he kind of waits till the playoffs before he really starts cranking it up, playing. He lays his ears back and likes trying to get after the quarterback, and so we just again, it's really, there's nothing magical about the calls or anything. It's these guys, it's players. It's a players game, right. And we just try to give them the best chance we can. It's just preparation, film study. These guys do an unbelievable job, just coming over it above and beyond. I mean, Monday night, the whole team will be in our offices and watching video and trying to get a grasp on the game plan. And these guys are putting the work in that it takes.
Chris, can you talk about that goal line stand and turnover? Do you have any points?
I mean, honestly, it comes down to just being the defense that we need to be. We're the best defense, and we think that we're the best defense. And we just got to be the best defense. So whenever we comes down to the goal line, we know that we have to keep the offense out of the goal line and just hold them down and just get the offense the ball again. And so that's what we did, and that's what we're going to keep doing. So that's big.
Noah Mangum all season long, he's better and better, flying around the edge.
Wait, which part? What did you say?
Noah Mangum's forced fumble on the sack.
Oh, that was a beautiful play, honestly. Like he said, a Sox call, whenever we see one type of formation. We did a Sox call. I saw him come around the edge and just annihilate the guy and just fumble, and it was a great play, honestly. And we just recovered the ball and just was able to get the ball to our offense and just score again. So that was a great moment for our defense and our offense.
Coach, I saw y'all's with the locker room with February 5th on it. What from today's performance?
You know, without evaluating it, it's hard. You know, you think you see what's going on there, and well, that's what tomorrow's really all about. We'll look at it and what can we carry moving forward. What do we not like so well? That's what tomorrow and Monday is really all about. So without looking at the video, I'd hate to jump out in front too far, but I think just winning builds confidence. You know, and we've won 5 in a row. We won every single game we played in the month of November. So that not very many teams can say that, right? Like, and I know that there's only 16 teams left when we show back up on Monday. So I think just the confidence from winning a playoff game for the second year in a row, and where we were probably thinking that we could go to the Fargo Dome and win a game a year ago. Now there's almost like an expectation that we can go on the road and we can win in tough environments, and I think that's big. I mean, you got to have great belief.
Coach, you alluded to it Sunday, the defensive scheme change mid-year, and as you're talking about, you believe you can go on the road and win. How much does that scheme change help you guys in advance of the SFA rematch?
Yeah, the Central Arkansas coach came across midfield last week, and he said, "Good grief," he goes, "I don't know why you call anything else other than man." And he goes, "You guys are a different animal when you do that." And really, that's what it's. We've been primarily a zone team. We were a 3-3-5 base for most of the year, and then I don't know. It was something that I probably should have done earlier, and I kind of knew that was the direction we probably needed to go. And then I think it was the North Alabama game, we basically went more to a 4-3 structure. We play with true 3 linebacker system now. With Chris is kind of a hybrid defensive end, outside linebacker. So really, we're personnel like a 4-3 now, and we've really just put a lot of stress on our back end to play man free and match up and try to play tight coverage, and it's allowed us to load the box. Hence, everyone. I mean, I think we're giving up less than 100 yards rushing in the month of November. I think somewhere around 50 yards a game. We keep doing that, and we're going to keep winning.
I think Coach Jordan Vaughn, he had a big contribution today. He's kind of had games where he has a lot of volume, and then games where he really doesn't. Just like what do you admire about him? Just keeping his head up, and when his name's called, he performs.
Yeah, I mean, when you're that big, I mean, that's a big target to hit, right? So he takes he takes a pounding, but as you see, when he gets into the second level, he has tremendous speed, and we run flying 10s in the summertime, and at that size, 6'4", 235 pounds. I mean, he has one of the fastest flying 10s on the entire team. So when he gets to the second level, and I tell you, just the maturity I've seen in him here probably in the last 18 months, and he has just really, really matured and developed into an incredible young man and a tremendous player.
Kip, I know a lot's being made about the string of 100-yard games that you've had, but it's not possible without the play of the O-line and Stone. And can you kind of talk about how their play has elevated the last month or so, and how that's been able to help you?
Yeah, me and the O-lineman, we're very close. Like, I hang out with them outside of football, and, like, that just shows, like, our brotherhood. and just like our closeness to like just have that chip on the shoulder when we're on the field. So like I give a lot of credit to them, man. Like every time we score, like I'm the first person to go to them and be like, yeah, like that was all y'all, you know, y'all got us here, you know, so like, yeah, we're just gonna keep doing what we do, so.
Going off that first rate free throw performance, what's clicking later this season?
Honestly, it's like the most important time of football, and like big time players gonna make big time plays, and you know I'm always up for the challenge. Remember KP earlier this week, he was like, "We're gonna see if you do it again," and I'm like, "All right, I'm up for the challenge." So, you know, just like having that mindset, like, "Oh, I can be better than the last week." You know, going into my practice weeks, that just helps me to elevate my game to be better. So.
And Javon, what makes Stone such a fun quarterback to play with?
Really, it started back in the spring, man. You know, just the extra work out away from, you know, all the players and stuff. You know, we just out there throwing the ball around, talking. You know, just getting closer. You know, I just say it's all the work that we put in before the season. So.
After the touchdown that wasn't, you had a little conversation with that official?
Yeah.
Did you tell him you were coming back?
Nah. I told him I really caught it like the second time. Like I don't know if they could have reviewed it or not. I gotta catch it the first time though.
Thank you guys. Appreciate it.